Talking of big salmon, 23 kg and 26 kg this week landed on just one single night, and on that same night 20 fish of 5 kg or more.
The Sardine Run is here. It is going to be absolutely lit. This is just the start of it.
There you go, buddy. Hit it now!
This is the Angler News SA podcast. I'm Vanessa Green.
Hey, welcome to the Sardine Run Kickoff 2026. Finally, we can talk about it. We can talk about the fish in the bag. It's no longer around the corner. It is here down the south coast. And despite those big seas, there has been some fair amount of nets hauling in the fish. So here's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about the sardines, obviously. We are going to be talking about all the fish that has come with it. We are talking about the big size cooter, the proper size bottom fish, keelback. We are talking about cob. We are talking about shad, sharks, and all the huge snook that's out there. All right, so the coastline is buzzing. Let's not forget about the Midlands. They have some fish as well. But guys, it is here. Sardine Run 2026. This is it. This is the kickoff. This is what we've been waiting for, and our reporters are going to tell you all about it. But before we get into it, huge shout out to our sponsors, the Kings.
Meet the all-new Crossfire LT, redesigned to transform every cast into a moment worth remembering. With advanced air drive design, feel ultra-smooth, effortless rotation that is light, clean, and incredibly responsive. At its core, tough digigear delivers lasting durability and consistent power, cast after cast. The LC ABS spool boosts your casting distance while reducing line trouble, giving you total control on the water. And when the pressure's on, the ATD Type L drag system keeps things smooth, steady, and in your hands, lightweight, strong, and reliable. The Crossfire LT available in sizes 1000, 2000, 3000C, and 4000C. Fish smarter, fish smoother, fish Crossfire LT. Available at tackle stores nationwide.
Thank you, the Kingfisher. Guys, stay tuned to the Kingfisher social media pages if you want to see those latest catches that are coming out with the Sardine Run. The Kingfisher's Facebook and Instagram pages has all of them. All right, so let's get into the show. Let's kick it off in the hometown Durban, where we are with Mike V and Brad Krobler.
How's it, guys? The sardines have arrived. They were netted yesterday, netted today. Lots and lots of crates. I heard of 1 or 2 hammers around down that side, 1 or 2 decent sized greys, but it hasn't warmed up yet. Just a couple of sards here and there in the mix. Saying that, Durban North beaches threw quite a few edibles before the sea turned upside down on the weekend. There was quite a lot of stumpies and grunters, mainly juvenile fish, but the guys were getting quite a few shad. Guys putting the live shad out or live mullets. We're getting some nice Garrick in the mix. I heard of one good sized GT. The guys reckon it was about 15 kilos as well. And the Oaks are targeting the cob and the dark and the live bait as well. I haven't heard of reports how big they are, but there was quite a few caught. Saying that the paddle ski and ski boat guys have been doing very well with the cooter. The guys are doing some lovely cooter, quite a few snook around. And the Oaks are still targeting the keelback and the doggers and all that on the bottom. They're getting their quantities and quotas quite well. Durban Bay has had some lovely grunt in it, up to about 2.5, 3 kilos. A lot of juvenile small keys, like really small ones. I was catching them on ultralight, quite a few every day on the boats there. So they're doing quite well with that. It's good to see. Snapper salmon and cob in the mix as well. The guys are getting their 1s and 2s, so it's all good. Guys, this is Mike V for ANSA News. Have a great one.
Good day, guys. Brad, from Linsky Fishing Charters. Guys, the fishing report over the last week. Guys, the weather and the fishing has been quite different this week, with a couple of the summer gainfish also showing their faces up again. So, there were a couple of Dorado out there around the shipping areas. Some nice tuna off the Mshloti, Mshlonga side. The bottom fishing has been pretty good, with some really good Englishmen being around. A couple of keelback. Half cob seem to be showing their faces in their abundance once again. A whole lot of what they call protea breams out in that mid-reef area. Guys, so fishing has been really good this week. On the positive side, the shiny shoal is on its way. So hopefully that'll bring some more of the game fish up in. And guys, so this is Brad for Angry News South Africa. And guys, tight lines. And we'll see you all next week.
Great stuff, Mike and Brad. What a good way to kick off the show. It's sounding exciting. Yeah, it was a bit challenging for those anglers over the past week, but we have been having some better days, and there has been some fish around. Nothing wrong with that. To me, it sounds like a big, wide range of species, and that is exactly what we love about the Sardine Run. So, Durban looking good. What's happening on the North Coast? Well, we are going to talk to Michaela Daniels because she has her ears on the ground. She is done with the exam. She is going to be fishing flat out over the Sardine Run. And these are the areas I have no doubt she is heading to.
What's up, everyone? This is Michaela from Durban reporting for Angling News SA. It's been another week of tight lines, and kicking things off, we're at Blue Lagoon, where the guys have been getting into a few half cobs and grunter with the odd shad in the early mornings, while for the guys at Beechwood, there's still a few rays coming out, but it's mainly been grey sharks around. Moving up to Virginia, the shad is still coming out in the early mornings and late afternoons, while there's a few grunter coming out in the mix too. For our Nklanga anglers, there's still a lot of inedibles coming out with a few shad here and there, while for the offshore side of things, Durban is still producing snook and kuta, while the Garrick have also started coming out in full force. For the bottom side of things, there's still lovely darga coming out amongst the usual reds and rockhards, while there are also a few muscle cracker coming out too. For Mkloti, however, there's still some nice kuta and snook coming out with the odd Garrick in between, while the deep is still producing the odd tuna. For the bottoms, the guys are getting into some lovely darga, rockhard and geelbeck. Moving right up the coast to Ballito, there's been a few cob coming out, as well as shad and the odd shark in between, while St. Lucia is still producing shad and a few big cob with some inedibles. For the offshore side, Ballito is still firing with snook and kuta, while St. Lucia is still producing yellowfin tuna, snook and kuta. That's going to be it from me for this week, guys. Tight lines and have a great one.
Thank you, Michaela. I absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. This is what we've been waiting for. All right, so North Coast, it is firing. There's a lot of areas out there where the fish are coming in, but one of those areas where the fish has really come in huge sizes is Tealamouth. Richard has a great report for us. This is what he has to say about what's been going on out there.
Fishing report this week from Labotas Ski Boat Club at Tealamouth is a story of the Garrick arriving, big darga salmon, and also specimen shad. Congratulations to Simpiwe Mafresh, who landed a 7 kg that, as most fishermen know, is as rod bending as a big salmon. Talking of big salmon, 23 kg and 26 kg this week landed on just one single night, and on that same night 20 fish of 5 kg or more were caught. I own and run a small fishing shop at Tealamouth, and I have sold now much non-return rigs, mullet and glow sticks, and that just proves to me that there's one thing, and that is that Garrick is in the water. Bull mullet is jumping and being chased. So the place to come for fishing is Tealamouth.
Richard, you absolute beauty. Why are you pulling me towards Tealamouth? I can't believe it. I am booked down the South Coast this weekend. Oh, by the way, you really want to hear about what's been going on down there. Guys, there are so many catches down the South Coast, but that's for later on in the show. Right now, it's back to what Richard is telling me about. Who is going to Tealamouth this week? Please tell me. I really want to know about all those catches you are going to get, because from what he has said, oh, that seems to be the place to be. Another area that should be pinned into your diary is Richards Bay. It is that 21 species happening at Midlands Ski Boat Club later on. Well, actually, not even later on this month. It's in 2 weeks' time. Go and get those bookings in. I think they've got a discount on the entries. Go and check it out. But more than anything, guys, it's a great advert for the kids. There are so many kids that are going to be fishing that harbor. I cannot wait to be out there amongst them and seeing that passion. I love it. Absolutely love where, we always talk about fish for the future. This is where it begins, right? School holidays are around the corner. Make sure you get into that and also get the kids just with a rod in the hand. All right, so that's Durban. That's the North Coast. Let's see what's happening up in the Midlands, because man, oh man, oh man, the trout are calling. North Coast is calling. South Coast is definitely calling. Where to go? Well, let me see if Jan is going to twist my arms a little more.
Hey there, guys. So we are fast nearing the middle, i.e. the winter solstice of this winter season. But it seems that the weatherman just can't quite make up his mind as to where we are on the season's calendar. The alternating spells of hot and cold, along with the barometer jumping all over the place, is making for some quote-unquote interesting fishing conditions. Firstly, the weather appears perfect, but there's absolutely nothing happening. Then the weather looks iffy and the fish are on the prod. The bottom line, and yes, pun intended, grab every opportunity you can to hit the water and get out there, as you just don't know what is waiting out there to taste the offering on the end of your line. And top tip here, if you do come home empty-handed, then only check the barometer to give yourself an excuse as to why you possibly blanked. Don't check before so as not to second-guess yourself. The trout stillwater season might be in full swing, but as mentioned, the fish are as uncertain as the current weather. There have, however, been some excellent fish which have come to hand in the recent fly fishing events and on a wide variety of fly patterns, ranging from buggers to minnows and everything in between, with a trend towards the brighter winter colors of white, orange, and yellow. The returns from the Natal Fly Fishers Club anglers note water temperatures in the lower 10s, and while there are some indications of fish patrolling in the shallows, it's not yet really cold enough to push the fish into full spawn mode. Reports indicate that rainbow cockfish are colored up well into spawning livery, and the rainbow hens are full of eggs, but the eggs are still light in color, indicating that's still a wee while to go before they would normally be ready to drop. Top 2 fish in the NFFC returns over the last week, they've been in the 19 to 21 inch, that is 48 to 53 centimeters, and 21 to 23 inch, that is 53 to 58 centimeter brackets. Last weekend saw leg 2 of the Top Scorper Trophy Challenge taking place in the waters around Nottingham Road, and while the weather took a turn for the North Pole on day 2 of fishing, some 84 anglers recorded over 400 fish, with the biggest fish in the leg taping in at 59 centimeters. Leg 3 of the TCC takes place in a month's time, with the finals being held in August. This weekend is the turn of the Boston Fly Fishing Festival, where yours truly will be back next week with a first-hand report. So, guys, wish me tight lines. While the water quality debate surrounding Albert Falls Dam continues, still no word from the local bass anglers and even the other freshwater anglers from either Albert's or Midmar. Further afield, however, Inanda Dam is fishing well, with some 3 kilogram plus fish coming to the net recently, and Inanda also played host to the first winter event of the KZN Team Tournament Trail on the weekend of 6 June. Good numbers of fish coming to hand, with the biggest tipping the scales at 4.85 kilograms and the biggest bag weighing in at just shy of 17.5 kilos. Congrats to all the anglers, and it certainly seems that Inanda is the place to be at the moment if you're looking for bass. Guys, do stop in the Kingfisher Maritzburg for the best in tackle advice. This is Jan reporting for Kingfish and for Angler News South Africa.
Oh, Jan, what would we do without you? Firstly, thank you for the awareness with the foot and mouth that's going on out there. Guys, please treat those areas with caution. Glad to know the bass is starting to sniff about, come alive, not too far from my home in Under Dam. I haven't fished there in a while, and I'm glad to know that it's coming alive. And as for that stillwater, okay, all right, we are going to get there. But before we get there, let's see what's happening down the South Coast. That's where I'm heading this week. Let's kick it off in the Mid-South with Ray Thompson.
With the sardines pitching up, there's been quite a few shad in the Umas area. Very little fish elsewhere. Guys, this is a short report. Go out there and have some fun. I do know, however, the sardines are on their way up, so hopefully by the weekend we'll have some sardine action here in our local waters. And I'm talking from Umkomaas through to Warner Beach.
So that is not exactly the news I wanted to hear, especially as I'm heading down south. However, seeing the sardines is a spectacular enough, and let's hope we do get some fish in between that. Yeah, not too much fish. I do get it. I do totally understand it, but we still got to wet the line and try. You know why? Because Adam Lyon has got me a little more excited with what's been going on over this past week. And not just Adam, I've been following my friends, Michael and Angie down there. They've been bringing in some fish. Adam has been sending through all those catches. So I am feeling very confident about the lower South Coast. So let's see what's going on out there. Now, before we get there, guys, I want to give Adam a huge, massive shout out. He's got razor blades in his throat. The poor guy is really not feeling well, but he has still pulled off a fishing report because he is that dedicated. Just like all our Angler News reporters, they are so dedicated to bringing you the news that nothing is going to hold them back. This is what Adam had to say with those razor blades in his throat.
Good day, Vinesh. I hope you're doing well, my friend, and I hope everyone is as excited as us down on the South Coast for the sardine season, because we know it has started.
And obviously, Port Edward being the lucky ones is where the first net was landed. So lovely to see that. It has been absolutely a buzz with most of the oaks driving up and down looking for the fish, as we all know how important they are for either catching game fish, non-eds, or even just getting yourself some fresh bait or something lekker to chow, Vinesh. Now, in terms of the non-eds, things have been a little bit on the slower side. We do know that obviously these are only the pilot shoals, and there's still way more fish to come up from the deep south. But the guys that have been fishing locally have been getting some decent fish. They've been rewarded with some beautiful rockcod and some hounds, with Teal and his crew getting that happening. And we've also had guys at Margate Pier land a Garrick, a yellowtail, and dropped a few kingies. So yes, they slowly but surely are getting closer and closer. So it's lovely to see that happening. I do think, obviously, as we know, there are way more fish still to come. So guys, get ready, be prepared for those bent rods and screaming reels. Otherwise, everyone have an awesome sardine season. I hope everyone lands their PB, whether it be a game fish or non-eds. And just remember, stay safe and tight lines.
Adam Lyon, I completely salute you, my bad. Thank you so much for that report. Getting us amped with all that excitement of the South Coast. What's going on with that sardines? How can the South Coast not be alive right now? I mean, whoa, he's talking about Garrick, kingfish, yellowtails. Oh, it's absolutely amazing down there at the South Coast. And that is exactly where I'm going to be this weekend. I cannot wait. I am licking my lips. I'm tying my lines. Oh, I just really want to get out there. I'm so curious to know where you are planning on fishing this weekend. Is it going to be on the north with all that cob and Garrick on the bite? Is it going to be off Durban, where we know there's going to be some shad action and grunts are coming out over there? Hey, by the way, that harbor is really cracking right now as well. Or are you going up Midlands doing some fly fishing? Oh, please let me know. I know there's going to be some fish down the South Coast. Watch this space. Follow me on my TikToks. Angling News SA. Guys, the Sardine Run is here. It is going to be absolutely lit. This is just the start of it. We are on the tip of the iceberg. These are those pilot shoals. There's a lot more fish to come through. There's a lot more game species that are coming through with it. It's time to get excited, get ready, get out there, get going with these school holidays, get the kids involved. And with all of that being said, until the next one.
This is the Angling News SA podcast. I'm Vanessa Green. Find more episodes at ecr.co.za under podcasts or your favorite podcast app. Let's fish for the future.